crazy topic. Seventh grade teacher exposes the education system in viral video. And this leads us to an important question. Are you bored of education? Are you guys bored of education? No pun intended, but pun intended.
With the Board of Education, I am.
Okay, do tell.
Well, education in general, no, it's definitely important, but
Right.
there are other ways of getting that in the public education system that we have now. And I would even be in favor of revamping it.
100%.
Into a better system. Because, I'm all for like private education, homeschool, just different forms of
YouTube
it.
education.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
YouTube University.
All the time, I use it. And so, yeah, definitely on that wave.
Yeah, there is one teacher that is particularly bored of education. We're going to let him speak right now.
No, y'all, can we talk about it? Can we please talk about it? Let's take a moment to discuss. Let's take a moment to debrief. Let's take a moment to unpack.
Gen Z be like.
So I'm not really understanding why they're not telling y'all. Like, we all know that the world is behind, like, globally, like, because of the pandemic and stuff. But
Yeah,
I
it's
don't understand
behind.
why they're not stressing to y'all how bad it is. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny, but
bad.
these kids are... I'm going to just say this. I teach 7th grade. They are still performing on the 4th grade level.
Bombastic side-eye.
I hear it all the time from teachers.
Yeah, I hear it too.
Including my own best friend, who was a teacher for about a year. Like,
Yeah, I had a friend, she was a teacher. She said she hated it
yeah.
and she quit.
Yep, that's exactly what happened with my friend. She quit.
Wow. Yeah, it seems like a lot of the good teachers, either they stay and they just kind of get stretched thin, or they're there and they're like, this isn't worth it. And you're not making much money.
Yeah.
I'm dipping. Let me go find a new career path. I don't even have the patience for this. Now, this brother here seems like he's probably, a good teacher, a fair teacher, somebody who's not going to BS his kids through the 7th grade, but is going to say, hey, like, you passed or you failed. And that's kind of the reality of things. Now, when I was growing up, when I was younger, I heard about kids being held back all the time.
Yeah.
But then as I got older, it was like, oh, nobody was failing. It kind of you saw
Good point.
the system kind of evolve into the really no child left behind mentality, where it's like,
But that's
oh, you
how,
failed, let's just push you
Just
through.
pass you along. I
that's
hear it all
how
the time.
policy works. Like, once it's put in place, it's like you don't really see it until years later down the road, which is why we see why we see kids not getting held back like they should, because the policy is still there.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Let's continue to watch.
I don't care how you flip it, turn it, swing it, swindle it. They still performing on the 4th grade level. Ain't nobody talking about how they just keep moving, passing them on. They just keep passing them on, 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 passing them on. I can put as many zeros in this grade book as I want to. They're gonna move that child to the 8th grade next year.
Yeah. And like even now, as adults, most adults read at an 8th grade level.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a testament to how our education system is.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
I think most adults don't read past an 8th grade level in
Yeah.
general. Like,
Yeah.
just like at a minimum, most adults can't read past an 8th grade level. But yeah, that's really sad that people are performing at a 4th grade level, as he's saying. And I'm not sure, obviously he's a teacher, so I'm just taking kind of his word for it on, he's got the metrics on, hey, the kid's reading level should be here for a 7th grader, but when I test him, his reading comprehension skills, it's actually kind of down here, and this child isn't passing the class, but yet they're ending up in the 8th grade the next year. I think that's really sad. It's a disservice to the kid.
Yes.
Because they're going to grow up and then they start complaining, and then they start wanting handouts because
Entitled
they've
to.
been
'Cause
they've
they're
been
so
pushed
used-
through the entire system, and then now they're just relying on government handouts, and they're voting on policy that's never going to help them elevate beyond their situation. And so I think it's just
That's
a huge
probably the
disservice to
agenda.
the
But
kids.
that's another conversation.
And I guess to be fair to like the teachers and the Board of Education to an extent, I also think it falls on parents too, because
Absolutely.
it shouldn't be up to the teacher to teach the kid how to read. It should be the parents reading with the kids before school even starts, before they even dropped off in kindergarten or whatever. Like the parents should be reading with their kids.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I absolutely agree. That was something that I was thinking about earlier when preparing for this topic was the parents used to be very involved in making sure that the child was getting good grades and that they were keeping up with their studies. But the fact that it seems that these kids are so far behind is emblematic of the fact that these parents are elsewhere in these kids' lives. It's like, what values are you, like when you're spending time with your kids, what are you what are you actually passing along to them? Like, what are you actually, how are you actually helping to raise and develop them when you're with them? Are you just watching reality TV with them? Are you just watching their favorite YouTubers that are just entertainment YouTubers? Are
Or
you
listening
watching
to
stuff?
Pound Town,
oh gosh,
and
don't
your
even.
4-year-old daughter can
Pound
hear it.
Town?
Sexy Red. It's a
Yeah,
song.
you never heard of it?
No, I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
But
just-
Gab made me listen to it.
Gab, I'm praying for you, girl. I love you. You're my favorite cousin. I'm praying for you.
No, we weren't listening to it for fun. She was just like, you gotta
for
listen.
fun.
I read the
she was
lyrics.
like,
good.
yeah,
later
she was
on.
like,
Okay,
you gotta
oh,
watch.
so
we
it
gotta
was an experiment. Okay, that's
Yes,
fine.
yes.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, a child shouldn't be
That's
listening
another
to
viral video,
anybody.
actually.
It's crazy.
Good job. What?
A child shouldn't be listening to anything with sexy in it.
Yeah, I agree. I
Like,
agree.
It makes me wonder if
Like,
these
go
parents
kick
are
a ball.
even aware. Like, if you really have a 7th grade son or daughter and they're really performing at a 3rd, 4th grade level, are you even aware of that, or do you just not
Yeah.
care, or are you?
Are you blaming blaming?
Yeah, like
then no
I just
Cardi
really
B.
wonder what the average circumstance is around that. You know?
yeah, it's like they can't read at the appropriate grade level, but they know all the lyrics to the Cardi B song or the Sexy Red song.
Yeah, that's a problem.
It's an issue.
That's a problem.
And they
Yes.
kind of understand what the lyrics mean, which
Oh,
is
gosh,
even
it's an even bigger problem.
a bigger problem.
Yes.
But they don't understand how to string coherent sentences along or how, you know, how to comprehend a train of thought to extract, you know, to think critically and extract,
Yes.
you know, different things from the text. But they understand, you know, I don't cook, I don't cling, but let me tell you, I got this ring.
Right. Right.
It's a shame. Let's see if the good brother has anything else for us.
Ain't nobody talking about that. Why they not talking about that? Why they not telling y'all that y'all? And why don't y'all know that y'all kids not performing on their grade level? Why y'all don't know this? Why y'all don't know? Let's talk about it. Let's unpack. Because y'all be quick to talk about, oh, the teacher this, the teacher this, the teacher. It's your job, baby. I just got here 30 days ago. She was performing on the 4th grade level since 4th grade.
At least you got to
Why
a
we not
fourth
talking
grade
about-
level
let's
by
talk about
fourth
it.
grade.
It's the side eye for
Maybe.
me.
You the teacher. You supposed to be, again, she been on the 4th grade level since the 4th grade. We in 7th grade now, so you let this child go 3 years and you never knew that your child was still in the 4th grade, ain't never left the... Hang it up, flat screen. In 4th grade is being nice. I still have kids performing on grade K, 1, 2, and 3rd grade levels. I could probably count on one hand how many kids are actually performing on their grade level. So just imagine, you don't know that your child been on the 2nd grade level since the 2nd grade and they now in the 7th or 8th grade? Are you joking right now? And these are future leaders, our future doctors, our future nurses, our future... Please. Please.
On one hand, they teach like 25 kids. Mm-hmm. That's so bad.
And then I always hear about these policies where discipline in public schools are no longer as serious as they used to be. And so when a child is like acting up in class or something, it's not taken as serious by the higher ups in the school, like, you know, getting in trouble and everything. They're not really allowed to discipline the kids, send them to detention, things like that. They
Detention was something that went away as we got older as well.
yeah, they instead are encouraged to talk to the kids and
You can talk and go to detention
at the
still.
same time At the same time, right. And so they're encouraged more to like talk to the kids and like find a way around it. I can't even give an example right now, but
See, that's where I'm in favor of
This is like
involuntary
gentle
isolation.
parenting, but for school.
well, for schools, and we're seeing it's not working because what happens is the kids end up not respecting the teachers. The teachers are trying to inform the parents of how their child is doing in class, and the parents are still on the child's side saying, well, if they don't want to listen to you, they don't have to listen to you.
Well,
And now your child is in class saying, well, my mama said I don't have to listen to you. And the principal's like, it's okay.
Oh no.
yeah, that's crazy. Well, they're not respecting the teachers because they don't respect their parents at home. And they have no, and thus they have no respect for anybody.
Authority at all. Yeah.
Their parents usually don't respect any authority figures either.
Exactly.
They see
Which-
their parents not respecting the teachers.
Yeah, and
so
so-
it gives their kids permission not to do it.
Yeah, kids are absolutely a reflection of their parents in multiple different ways. And so if your kid is acting up, now of course kids go through phases and different things like that, but generally a child's going to return to the values that you instilled in them.
Oh, yeah.
And so if they are continuously having problems with respecting authority or just respecting people in general, then maybe you need to look at, if you're the parent, you need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, like, what am I lacking? Or what am I not instilling properly? How am I not going about this in a productive way so that my child, has these values that are actually beneficial for their growth and contributions to society later in the
Yeah.
future. So,
I don't see much introspection going on these days. So
yeah, nobody can critically
Yeah.
think.
lots of finger pointing, lots
Yeah.
of blaming, victim blaming, all of that. It's your fault I'm like this.
Yeah.
A lack of wisdom.
All of that.
Yeah. People, they're not taught to critically think. They're taught to regurgitate lyrics, essentially,
Yeah.
and,
Catchy songs.
and put their hands out.
Catchy slogans, catchy
Yeah.
ideologies.
Everything's easy.
Everything. And I'm entitled to everything.
Yeah. So in the words of propaganda, dear Board of Education, so are we. We'll see you on the other side of this break. If you are watching the replay, check this video out next.
Quality.